Okay, so for the women, we looked at the Holy Spirit to be our role model, to be able to, in marriage, be able to meet, for first of all, to fulfill the role that we're called to fulfill, and second, to meet the needs of the marriage covenant. And so I looked up, I got this from Jimmy Evans. He did a sermon on the 5 C's of the Holy Spirit, and I thought it was impactful. I said, what better role model than the Holy Spirit for us women to follow? And so the last one was Convictor, and the Holy Spirit is the Convictor. He's the one that brings conviction into the heart of men. I cannot bring conviction on my husband, because when I do that, what I'm doing is condemning him. But if I allow the Holy Spirit, and the only way we can do that is through prayer, that I get on my knees and I pray for him, and really pray and say, you know what, Lord, these are the black areas in my husband's life that I want to bring out. And sometimes we can't through counsel, but we have to be wise in how we speak to our husbands, always with respect. They're not our children, they're our husbands, they're our leaders. And when it comes down to conviction, we have to pray. We have to pray, and ask the Lord for him to bring the conviction. Because when God brings conviction, there's true transformation.
Yes.
When God does it, there's a transformation that takes place and a renewing of the mind, because man knows that is God's word and not yours.
Right.
You see, when you say it, it's almost like you're nagging them. And, I was sharing with the girls, it was something that my husband kept doing, and I was getting annoyed.
It's impossible.
Oh, yeah, quick story. So in the beginning of our marriage, in the beginning of our marriage, I would tell my husband, can you do this for me? Sure, no problem. Honey, can you do this? Yeah, no problem. Honey, did you do it? Oh, I forgot. And he would yes me to death, and that would drive me insane. And every time he would do that, I would flip out. I'd be like, oh, you always yes me to death. You tell me you're going to do something and you don't do it. And it got to the point where he turned around and he was like, you got issues. It no longer became his issue, it was my issue. Now I had the issue. Why? Because I was trying to bring so much conviction on him about what he was doing wrong that he was like, you're the one with the problem. And so what I've learned is that when there's serious problems, I get on my knees and I say, Lord, you need to help me in this. Show me what I need to do to be able to deal with this. Because, change doesn't come automatically. Sometimes change takes long.
She's always praying, by the way.
And one of the things that we shared was the fruit of the Spirit.
Yes.
That the fruit of the Spirit are one of the things that we can be able to do, which is patience, love, kindness,
grace,
gentleness, and to be self-control. There are 9 of them. And I know it's hard to do, but if we want to help our husbands grow and help them change and allow God to bring the conviction, then we have to play our part.
Amen.